the city of Lakes, Minnesota, I'm Blake Suniga, courtside with Brian Banafitemi and Tim Swartz. We're ready to call the action tonight. A look now at the starting lineups for both teams. Lots of great players in this league, but guys, give me your favorites to watch.
Well, I got to go with the player everyone is coming out to see, Caitlin Clark. Her level of skill is just unreal.
Yeah, Clark hits 30-footers like they're nothing, and in the next trip, she's throwing a bullet pass. She is so much fun to watch.
Go. It'll be the Storm off the tip. Here's Heidemann. She's guarded by Williams. And here's Heidemann. Pass to Horston. Magbagor, guarded by Howard. 4 on the shot clock. Now Heidemann for 3. Nice D from Nafisa Collier.
Some great tight defense right there. Got right up on her and forced the miss.
Just close enough to bother her on the shot, but disciplined enough to avoid too much contact.
Yeah, good luck. If you're the player who has to guard her, it is never going to be an easy night.
Here's Seattle. Malunga outside. Brown. Offensive board. A nice shot by Magbagor.
Playing with enthusiasm. Ezzy Magbagor. Big second chance bucket.
Pass to McBride. Howard, defended by Magbagor. Howard with the ball. Magbagor's there. Ezzy Magbagor, get that shot out of here. And you gotta be in awe of incredible defensive efforts like this one.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters they're going to be there all night long.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Here's Heidemann. She's guarded by Williams. Magbagor in the post. Howard's there. 5 to shoot. Pass to Heidemann for 3. Natasha Howard pulls it in. Here's Minnesota. Right outside. Back to Collier. And stolen by Horston. On the wing, Jordan Horston. Now Heidemann. Magbagor with the ball. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Brown. On the wing, Jordan Horston. Back to Magbagor. And she uses the glass on the layup.
I like how Magbagor picks her spots on offense, knows when to look to score inside.
In the draft, the Seattle Storm took Dominique Malunga with the 2nd pick.
It was their highest pick since 2016 when they took someone by the name of, I think, Brianna Stewart. That's her name? First overall? Yeah, I'd say that one worked out. The Storm got the 6'6" Malunga, an incredible prospect from France. She's got such a bright future.
Here's Heidemann. Back to Magbagor. Over Howard. Here's Malunga. Nice D from Nafisa Collier. The Lynx trailing. Down low. Tries to snap the cold streak. Howard misses.
The D was ready for her that time, and they had to be. She is strong in the paint.
Pass to Magbagor. Brown. Back to Magbagor. It's stolen by Natasha Howard. Williams with it. Now Brown defending. And the basket by McBride.
She did so well to lead her teammate right to the ideal spot. That's the kind of playmaking coaches like to see.
Here's Heidemann. She hasn't scored yet, That, I'm sure, will change. Now here's McBagor. Guarded by Howard. Pass to McBride. Howard. Here's Collier. She's covered by Brown. And so she earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and she'll shoot two. It's going to be on Lexi Brown.
I like Collier's ability to capitalize on a defender's mistakes. If you're not disciplined, she'll make you pay.
Shooting two.
And they now lead as the free throw drops forward.
Well, this recent era of WNBA hoops has been one defined by super teams.
Yeah, and those super teams generated an enormous amount of interest, which has really helped push the league forward.
And look, I think expansion is going to spread out some of that talent, which means we might be entering a new era, one that's characterized by parity.
That one falls, so she hits both of them. Here's Heidemann. Looking for her first basket still in this one. Pass to Horston. To the middle. McBagor. Guarded by Howard. McBagor, no good.
Not sure what the D was doing there. She's not the player to give open looks to, but they got away with it that time.
Now Williams. Ball stolen. Now McBagor. Pass to Heidemann. Screen by McBagor. Inside. The lead pass was put in just the right spot to produce the layup.
Give an assist there, not for a pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed her up and really just made that layup possible.
And here's McBride. She's covered by Brown. Now Howard. Just three to shoot to the inside. Here's Collier. And they force the shot clock violation. Great defense.
Number 14,
Now Heidemann. No scoring yet from her, but that's likely to change. Brown up top. From outside the arc, drops in the tray.
A confident shooter from deep. When Brown finds just a little space in the perimeter, she wastes no time firing away.
Right outside. Pass to Williams. And here's Collier. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Launches a 3. Heidemann grabs the miss. Seattle leading. McBagor. Screen by McBagor. To the paint. So the whistle blows on the shot. 2 free throws for the contact there.
I really like it when Ezzy is aggressive inside, challenging the defense.
Ezzy McBagor. 2 shots.
And she knocks down the first one.
You look at someone like Ezzy McBagor, a modern big, length defensively, can hit jumpers, just so talented.
She's off on the second. McBride left side. And that one drops.
Well, this is the confidence that McBride has in herself. She understands how to carve through defenses with her ball handling.
Pass to Horston. Screen by Magbagor. Looks good, is good. Bucket number 4 from the field, and she's taken only 6 shots.
Crafty pass work, getting it down low for the easy deuce.
Now here's Williams. Quiet so far offensively, searching for first points of the game. Nafisa Collier on the wing. Shoots. Magbagor grabs the miss. Pass to Brown. Back to Magbagor. Here's Horston. And it's out of bounds to the Storm as Seattle retains possession.
So close to picking that pass off.
Still a nice play, though, to make sure the pass didn't reach the target.
Two on the clock. Malunga for 3. Rebound by the Lynx. And they've been struggling here offensively.
Bit of a dry spell for sure.
Pass to Williams. Now here's Collier. Juha sets a screen. And it's Collier missing.
Wow, this quarter has been ugly for her.
And it's not showing signs of turning around anytime soon. Her touch is all but gone.
Now here's Magbagor. She's got 9. Back to Malunga. Takes the 3. Rebounded by Nafisa Collier. Minnesota trailing. Outside Williams. Beyond the arc. That's no good. Misses her first shot of the night. Pass to Malunga. Now Magbagor. Another shot. Samuelson outside. Now Heidemann. And another shot. Shoots and misses. 3 shots all come up empty. To the middle. Here's Collier. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. Pass to Melbourne. To the inside. Malunga with it. Juhas is there. Now Melbourne. Down low. Malunga. Misses the layup. Here's Caldwell. She's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard.
Well, with her size and power, sometimes not fouling Juhas can be a challenge. She doesn't hesitate to get physical.
Juha. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And that one misses.
You know, what I like about Juhas is that she's a hustle player. She rebounds, she protects the paint, and anything she gives you offensively is just kind of a bonus.
And no good on the second free throw. She goes 0 of 2.
Hey, when we talk about the stretch 5, Stephanie Dolson really fits the bill, guys.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, she's 6'5", so defensively she is a stout rim protector. And then shooting it, she's a career 40% shooter from deep and has had multiple seasons shooting the ball over 46% from three-point land. Incredible.
First one falls for her. And that's good as she hits both shots. And here are the Lynx now. 6-point game. Back to McBride. Looking to end the drought. Storm with the rebound.
Samuelson outside. Pass to Melbourne. And here's Holmes.
Stolen by Coffey. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Storm.
There's no excuse for that turnover. That's just a straightforward pass gone wrong.
And it's time to take another look at that powerful block.
She's all over that shot. Had it read the whole way and gets the position she needs to make the play.
Here's Melbourne. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for her.
Samuelson outside.
Pass to Dolson. Shot clock at 6. That's tipped.
Such a versatile defender. Juhas affects each game with her shot blocking ability.
Back to McBride. Inside.
Juhas.
So she gets the whistle. Contact on the way up. 2 shots next. Stephanie Dolson picks one up.
Well, the defense looking to protect the rim at all costs there.
Something you struggled with in your career, Tim, but definitely saved the layup with that foul. She's going to have to earn him at the line.
And she makes the first. So she gets them both. Seattle in the lead.
And here's Melbourne.
She hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Pass to Samuelson. Here's Holmes. Now Dolson.
Guarded by Juhas.
And we've reached the end of the first quarter. It's the Storm up by 4. And we've got more in store for you right after this. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen from the Storm?
I love the effort on the glass right out of the gate from them.
And it takes effort from all 5 players to get a rebounding advantage like this.
Collier inside. Being started by Samuelson.
What more can you ask of a player at that end of the court? She contested the shot and corralled the board.
Here's Cook. Pass to Melbourne.
Samuelson. And a foul on the shot. She'll go to a strike for 2. That's on Kayla McBride.
The mobility of Dolson coupled with her size, it's very difficult once she gets inside to stop. Sometimes you have to foul.
And the first one drops. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. The Lynx trailing. And we played through the first minute here in the second. Pass to Collier. From downtown, it's in. And hoping this is the start of a new trend. 2 for 8 from the field.
And Collier knows she has the green light to take these shots. Love how fast she makes decisions.
Here's Cook.
Oh, and it's blocked by Nia Coffey. And now the Lynx fast break.
Pass to Caldwell.
And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. They get the rebound. Now McBride. Now here's Coffey. From deep. And it's Dolson with the rebound.
The only place for shots like that, it's in the shoot-around before the game.
You're one to talk, Tim. Anyways, to me, that's just not a shot she should even think about taking.
It's Katie Lou on the wing.
That one falls coming off Stephanie Dolson's feed.
Well, Katie Lou, someone you have to run off the line.
Collier outside. McBride outside. Bangs home the trifecta.
Three's going down quickly at both ends.
What an answer. You come at me with the three, I'm coming right back.
Everybody gets a three.
Pass to Dolson.
And here's Melbourne.
Holmes, defended by Coffey. Here's Melbourne. Shoots it. Rebounded by Coffey. McBride right side. Now Coffey. Down low.
Juhas, that's good.
Well, when Juhas gets that kind of positioning inside, she usually makes the most of it.
And it's the Storm with the ball.
Pass to Cook. Now here's Samuelson.
Now Dolson watches it. And Collier pulls it down.
Yeah, the great shooters, they know when they've got enough opening to go through the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice there.
Yeah, not very good defensive coverage that time. The T got lucky.
Now here's Collier. Let's go with a three. It's rebounded by Seattle.
Surprising miss, wouldn't you say? I mean, she usually devours those wide open opportunities.
Holmes, McBride covering.
Pass to Melbourne. Cook.
And here's Samuelson. It's Melbourne. And again, it's the Storm missing. Now Collier. Chance there to take the lead, missing. Here's Dolson.
Now Cook.
Pass to Dolson. They need this. And again, it's the Storm missing. Pulls up, high post. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
Making good use of that mid-range area. McBride's able to get herself lined up for the jumper.
Now here's Dolson.
Guarded by Juhas.
To the middle. It's Melbourne. That one falls coming off Stephanie Dolson's feed. Now here's McBride. She's got 9. Collier outside. There's the three. And Kayla McBride with the three.
Off the court, McBride is lighthearted, but she's a killer on the court. Basketball is everything.
Now a timeout called by Seattle.
Yeah, I think the coach could be trying to just get a break in action to clear their heads. They've gotten ice cold, and it wouldn't be a bad idea to give them a quick breather.
Yeah.
Brown. She's covered by Brown. To the paint. Here's Collier.
Horston with the rebound.
Seattle trailing here.
Malunga outside. Heidemann. Malonga sets a screen.
Here's Heidemann. She's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Basket counts.
Natisha.
Wow, you don't see her make plays like that very often, but that was a nice move there for the basket.
Pass to Juhas.
Here's McBride. She's covered by Brown. 6 to shoot. The 11-footer. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Storm.
Storm ball.
Just an incredible read on defense to come up with that block.
Every basket's a big one in a tight game, and she is not about to give up an easy look.
Substitution on the court.
And here are the Storm now.
Pass to Magbagor. Heidemann. Screen by Magbagor.
Now Brown. Just 5 on the clock. Over Collier. And the Storm miss again. Lets it go from the wing. And it's Seattle with the rebound.
It's almost like she's trying to make things hard on herself. Work it around, get an easier shot.
Pass to Magbagor.
And that misses. That would have put them up.
Now Williams. Misses from short range. Now here's Magbagor. And here's Horston. Screen by Magbagor. Horston with it. Collier's there.
Three-pointer.
On the wing, Jordan Horston. Pass to Magbagor. Shoots over Juhas. Magbagor, no good. Outside Williams. And here's Howard. She's covered by Brown. Outside Williams.
Oh, and she misses the go-ahead basket.
Magbagor with the ball.
Now guarded by Collier. Pass to Brown.
Back to Magbagor.
Add another make to her scoring column. Her 5th basket of the game. Now shooting 5 for 11. Minnesota trailing. Williams with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for her.
The shot by Collier, no good.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get her off balance.
Screen by Magbagor.
To the inside. And the layup's good off the glass.
And this is how effective Magbagor can be. All about getting into a rhythm.
And they could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Yeah, too many empty possessions. I mean, it's simple. They need points.
Minnesota calls a timeout.
Pass to Collier. Down low. Shot blocked! And that'll be Minnesota's ball as it goes out of bounds. Lynx able to keep the ball here.
And that shot was going nowhere thanks to the aggressive swat.
That's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
Five on the clock. Pass to Howard. Shot to end the cold run. And she was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws for her.
Personal foul.
Well, there's the physicality of Natasha Howard. When she's aggressive, it makes the defense compromise on the way up.
Shoot 2.
The first one falls.
And the two-way game of Howard is impressive. A legitimate offensive threat who also defends with tenacity.
She hits both from the stripe. Seattle in the lead. And here's Brown.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Shot clock at 5. And it's Collier with the rebound. And here are the Lynx now. Pass to Howard. And can't cash in from close range. Now here's McVigor. She's guarded closely. Now Heidemann. She's guarded by Williams. And here's Horston. And fouled hard that time. And she'll get 2 shots at the line.
What you appreciate about Horston is she does not fear anything. Challenges defenders and gets called.
2 shots.
First free throw is good.
But while Jordan Horston might be 6'2", her best skill is rebounding, doing those little things around the bucket.
So she makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. To the paint and stolen by Brown. Pass to McVigor. Inside. Now Heidemann. Here's Brown. To the middle. Here's McVigor. And that one goes in as she's fouled. It'll be 3 points if she can convert the free
The
throw.
line for the score. Ezzy McVigor. 1 shot.
Minnesota trailing. Collier outside. Uhas. Malunga covering. Here's Collier. And she makes good on the layup.
Inside, Collier can be so consistent. And her talents as a shooter make it look easy.
To the inside. Pass to Horston. Malunga. 5 to shoot. Heidemann. She's guarded by Williams. And again, it's the Storm missing. Now here's Collier. Horston defending. Fades and shoots. That one doesn't drop. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Storm out in front, leading by 4. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter after the break. Start of the third quarter here after a closely contested first half. And what a performance we're seeing out there by Magbagor.
Well, I think it'll be important to see if they can stop her down in the second half, because so far they have not had any answer for her when she's down on the block.
Yeah, maybe mixing up her looks, bumping her out, front her, double down. Just do something to throw her off her rhythm.
Now Williams. She hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Pass to McBride. Here's Howard, defended by Magbagor. And here's Heidemann. Lets it go from deep. Magbagor, no good.
You can tell she thought that triple was going to fall.
She's just shaking her head after that miss.
Pass to McBride. The three is up. That shot off the mark. And it's the Storm with the ball. They lead by 4. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That'll get the ref's attention.
The idea of setting a screen on that play, it was the good idea, the right idea, but the execution was not.
Yeah, you really want to set a hard screen, but you also want to make sure it's a legal one.
Right outside. Howard, defended by Magbagor. Now here's Williams. Defense is right there. Now here's Brown. Pass to Malunga.
Minnesota foul. Daja. Fourth personal foul. First team foul. Checking in from Minnesota. Number 14.
Here's Malunga. Looking for her first basket still in this one. On the wing, Jordan Horson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Foul called that time on the way up. And that'll give her 2 chances at the free throw.
Oh, with length, speed, a bounce to her step. Magbagor is a tour de guard.
2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first. And she can't hit the second. So the Lynx now. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Seattle in the lead. Pass to Malunga. Magbagor. And guys, we asked for it for years, and it's here. Expansion in the WNBA.
Yeah, if any of you have been paying attention to us the last few years around 2K, Brian, Blake, and I have been asking for expansion for a long time. We are all excited to see Golden State. You know, the best part is the extra roster spots for deserving players. I mean, who isn't happy to see a new team? And guess what? There's more games as well.
Oh, I'm ecstatic. I mean, it's great to see the league continuing to grow, guys. And we're just getting started.
And again, no good by Minnesota. Pass to Heidemann. Inside. Magbagor drops in the layup for 2.
When you defend the pick and roll, if Magbagor is the screener, it is really tough to contain.
Some tough offensive sets, and they really want to turn it around.
They got to lock in and need a basket just to regain some momentum.
Now here's McBride. She's got 12.
When she has the ball outside, that's exactly the kind of defense they got to be playing on her.
Malunga sets a screen. It's Ezzy Magbagor, high post. Howard's there. Pass to Heidemann. Shoots over Williams, and that one's good. Heidemann. Minnesota trailing. Now a timeout called by Minnesota.
They'd seen enough scoring in the paint and wanted to send a message to their team. lock things up inside.
Yeah, you're right, Tim. I guarantee you this talk centers.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Here's Williams. It's good from about 19 feet.
Oh, if you want to be a scoring guard like Williams, it helps tremendously when you can hit mid-range jumpers.
Pass to Heidemann. Back to McGregor. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Solid work right there. There's a big difference in field goal percentage for these teams in the second half.
And that difference has come about because we've got one team moving sharply, getting good shots, and the other just a little bit stagnant. It's tough to watch.
Yeah, one coach did his job at halftime. The other, not so much.
Now here's Collier. She's got 9. And they pick up 2.
Way to work the ball in close to the hoop.
And the Storm with possession. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. And the foul on Williams. That is her first foul of the game.
And they're one away from being in the penalty.
They're going to have to be cautious from now on because the next one puts them on the line.
Those free throws can really add up.
Now here's Brown. Pass to Heidemann. 4 on the clock. Tries it from the top of the key. Here's McGregor. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, not letting the physical defense deter her, McGregor plays with such tenacity.
Now here's Uhas. Now Collier. Forston with the rebound. Here's Heidemann. She's guarded by Williams. And here's Heidemann. Shot on the wing. The shot is good off the backboard.
They can't afford to give her that kind of look.
Well, it came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you have to fight over the top of it.
And you need some help as well.
Now here's Uhas. Here's Collier. Forston with the rebound. Here's Heidemann. Malonga sets a screen. To the paint. And stolen by Uhas. For 3, Nafisa Collier. The shot's good. Kayla McBride making the play.
Love the confidence from Collier. She knows she can knock it down from deep.
Now here's Brown. McBride covering. Malunga outside. Pass to Heidemann. Releases from 15. Rebound by the Lynx. McBride outside. And a miss there on the triple.
Even against defense as tight as that, you expect her to bury those shots.
I don't know. The defender was on her like glue. It would have been quite a bucket, even though we've seen her hit those in the past.
Here's Heidemann. She has 6. It's stolen by Howard. Pass to McBride. Back to Williams. Now Howard. Here's Collier. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in.
Well, it's a player who does use the mid-range. It's part of what makes Collier difficult to defend. She can score from everywhere on the offensive end.
Time called here. The Storm decide to talk it over. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Here's Williams. It's good from about 19 feet.
Oh, if you want to be a scoring guard like Williams, it helps tremendously when you can hit mid-range jumpers.
Pass to Heidemann. Back to McGregor. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Solid work right there. There's a big difference in field goal percentage for these teams in the second half.
And that difference has come about because we've got one team moving sharply, getting good shots, and the other just a little bit stagnant. It's tough to watch.
Yeah, one coach did his job at halftime. The other, not so much.
Now here's Collier. She's got 9. And they pick up 2.
Way to work the ball in close to the hoop.
And the Storm with possession. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. And the foul on Williams. That is her first foul of the game.
And they're one away from being in the penalty.
They're going to have to be cautious from now on because the next one puts them on the line.
Those free throws can really add up.
Now here's Brown. Pass to Heidemann. 4 on the clock. Tries it from the top of the key. Here's Magbagor. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, not letting the physical defense deter her, Magbagor plays with such tenacity.
Now here's Uhas. Now Collier. Forston with the rebound. Here's Heidemann. She's guarded by Williams. And here's Heidemann. Shot on the wing. The shot is good off the backboard.
They can't afford to give her that kind of look.
Well, it came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you have to fight over the top of it.
And you need some help as well.
Now here's Uhas. Here's Collier. Forston with the rebound. Here's Heidemann. Malonga sets a screen. To the paint. And stolen by Uhas. For 3, Nafisa Collier. The shot's good. Kayla McBride making the play.
Love the confidence from Collier. She knows she can knock it down from deep.
Now here's Brown. McBride covering. Malunga outside. Pass to Heidemann. Releases from 15. Rebound by the Lynx. Right outside. And a miss there on the triple.
Even against defense as tight as that, you expect her to bury those shots.
I don't know. The defender was on her like glue. It would have been quite a bucket, even though we've seen her hit those in the past.
Here's Heidemann. She has 6. It's stolen by Howard. Pass to McBride. Back to Williams. Now Howard. Here's Collier. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in.
Well, it's a player who does use the mid-range. It's part of what makes Collier difficult to defend. She can score from everywhere on the offensive end.
Time called here. The Storm decide to talk it over. Here's Malunga. No scoring yet from her, but that's likely to change. Magbagor, defended by Coffey. Pass to Melbourne. 6 on the shot clock. Down low. Here's Malunga. Well-timed pass and goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Well, that pick, it worked like a charm. A nice job taking it right to the tin for the layup.
McBride outside. Now Coffey. Now Collier. The rebound by Malunga. Seattle in the lead. Now Melbourne. Malunga outside. Brown. Off target from three-point range. And they've been looking at a sink offensively.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Nafisa Collier, plenty of space. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
Well, it's tough to contain Collier and her well-rounded offensive game. She just has so many moves she can turn to.
Pass to Magbagor. Back to Malunga. Here's Brown. From deep. It's not going to go for her.
She's having all sorts of problems with her shot.
Yeah, the words ice and cold come to mind with the way she's shooting the ball.
That kind of power move has become a trademark of hers.
And it's the Storm with the ball. Pass to Melbourne. Now Magbagor. On the wing, Jordan Horston. No good on the triple. Still anybody's game at this point.
No question, this becomes a very big possession.
And here's Williams. Takes it out to Collier. And the ball out of play. The Storm will have it.
She didn't get her hands up in time. They weren't on the same page there.
Here's Dolson. Pass to Cook. And here's Magbagor, guarded by Uhas. Now Cook. Here's the three. And Collier pulls it down. Here's Caldwell. She's guarded by Samuelson. Now here's McBride. Coffee outside. Collier. Clock is at 3. The shot from the low post is good.
Finding a way to score down low. Collier can score with her left or right. Makes her very difficult to track and guard.
Pass to Dolson. Here's Cook. To the right side. Gonna stop the drought. Rebounded by Coffee. Minnesota trailing. And they have certainly been looking locked in offensively.
They sure have, staying aggressive and playing in control.
Ezzie Magbagor with the steal. Dolson with it. Coffee covering. Pass to Melbourne. Now Cook. Lets it fly. And good as it snugs right down through the net.
Well, maybe not the shot they were looking for, but she still got it to go.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Now Collier. She's started by Samuelson. The shot by Collier, no good.
They should use a little clock here.
Yeah, milk the clock with this possession.
Pass to Dolson. Hook. From outside, off the mark. 3/4 of play and a close game here. It's the Storm up by 3. And when we return, we'll get the 4th quarter rolling here on 2K Sports. We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the 4th quarter. Pass to Melbourne. Samuelson outside. Here's Holmes, guarded by Howard. And she was camped there in the lane, and she gets a 3-second call.
Oh, no. See, those are the kind of errors that can make or break you in a game like this, and it'll drive your coach crazy.
Williams with it. Outside Howard. Uhas sets the screen. 5 on the clock. Pass to Coffee. Over Samuelson. And it's Seattle with the rebound. Now here's Dolson. Now Heidemann. And the play stops. Whistle on what looks like an illegal screen.
Very close call there on the illegal screen.
I'd go along with it. You know, to me, it didn't really look like her feet were set.
And here are the Lynx now. They trail by 3. Pass to Caldwell. And here's Coffey. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Here's Heidemann. She's guarded by Williams. Here's Holmes. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
She had her head on a swivel and was able to still pick out the pass and get the assist.
Coffey outside. Here's Williams. And the Lynx miss again. Seattle with the ball. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. And it's Dolson missing. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Pass to Caldwell. Coffey. Second chance shot. And there's a nice layup by Howard.
Just all will and desire from Howard there. Outworking the defense on the offensive glass.
Here's Heidemann. From the high post. Rebounded by Coffey. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed by now here in the fourth quarter. Seattle in the lead. Pass to Heidemann. Takes the 3. Rebound by the Lynx. They're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off. They got to score.
Pass to Uhas. Banked in off the glass.
The defender a little hesitant to get in her way as she burst to the hoop. I'm not sure what was going on there.
And here's Heidemann. Out to the left wing. From the arc. Knocks down the 3 ball.
Perfect screen there. Set her up with a terrific look.
Yeah, but that's a bad job by the defender to not fight through that screen to contest.
You want to see more effort there.
Here's Caldwell. Pass to Williams. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer.
You know, there are certain players who shoot much better off a pass. Williams is one of them. Allows her to set her feet.
Here's Heidemann. She's guarded by Williams. Dolson up top. An amazing finish with a hand right in her face.
Scoring inside, it's about a lot of things. To me, touch is most important. And Dolson knows how to get the ball in the hoop.
Pass to Uhas. Coffey outside. Williams. To tie it up. Another 3 for Minnesota.
I can't believe it. They cannot forget about her like that. She's not going to miss that open look.
Samuelson outside. Pass to Melbourne. So both teams changing it up here.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
On defense, the Lynx. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth. Clock at 6. Here's Brown. Off the mark there with the 3. Here's Minnesota. Pass to McBride. Caldwell. To the paint to take the lead. Blocked. Now here's Brown, guarded by Howard. Now here's Malunga.
Here's Brown. Back to Magbagor.
Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Give an assist there, not for a pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed her up and really just made that layup possible.
Now here's McBride to the middle.
Here's Howard. The teardrop falls in.
The attacking mindset of Howard. When she gets a good look inside, she doesn't pass it up.
Now Heidemann. Pass to Malunga. Magbagor. Back to Malunga.
From 13, the putback. It's good on the putback.
What terrific hustle. She's got a nose for those rebounds.
Wow, she is ferocious when that ball goes up.
And that's what they've got her out there for, making plays like that.
Pass to McBride. And here's Howard, defended by Magbagor. Just 4 to shoot.
Well, because Howard is such a handful inside, sometimes the defense just decides to foul her.
At the line for Minnesota, Natasha Howard. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And good on the second, so she makes both. And it's the Storm with the ball.
Pass to Malunga.
Magbagor.
Back to Malunga.
And so she draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
Second team foul. At the line for the Storm, Dominique Malunga. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
That one's off. So she comes up empty at the line. They've got the opportunity to get back the lead.
They've been waiting for this chance.
The defense has nothing to worry about out there with her shooting because she just can't dial it in from deep this half.
Pass to Magbagor.
Here's Heidemann. And stolen by Nafisa Collier. And good that time.
Love the effort level on the fast break. Collier provides a spark in the open court.
Seattle trailing here.
Brown with it. Malunga outside.
Clock at 2. And the Storm miss again.
She had all the space she needed, but just could not find the bottom of the bucket.
Collier outside. The three-pointer off the mark.
Even without that 3 ball dropping for her, the defense should have done way more on that last play.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to be better as a coach. You can't stand seeing her having that much space to get her shot off.
Now here's Magbagor. Left side Malunga.
Looking to get back on track.
Pass to Horston.
Now Magbagor, guarded by Howard.
And here's Horston.
Trying to get back on track. The rebound by Courtney Williams. The Lynx leading.
Malunga covering.
Collier inside. Horston with the rebound. And here are the Storm now. Pass to Heidemann. Inside, Malunga. Now here's McBride. Now Collier. Back to McBride. A screen by Collier. McBride misses. Pass to Heidemann. To the inside. Here's Magligore. The shot goes down, and it gets this game back to even.
Huge points from Ezzy. She wanted the ball, not scared of the moment.
And here's Williams. To the middle. Great pass to set up the land.
That pass led her so perfectly, she didn't even have to break stride.
And here are the Storm now. Here's Heidemann to the paint. They double her with Collier. Rejected by Natasha Howard.
Amongst the best shot blockers in the WNBA, Howard's length is real trouble for opponents.
Back to Collier. Over Horston. Sinks it!
And at this massive point of the game, Collier is ready to step up.
Now a timeout called by Seattle. Now here's Magligore. Guarded by Howard. Pass to Malunga. Horston, covered by Collier. Kept alive. Malunga buries it, and she has brought them within 2 points.
Such a grinder, always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass. That's what she brings to the table.
And they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Absolutely not with the lead. I mean, now's the time to use the clock to your advantage. Make it your friend.
Now here's Collier.
Great effort getting to the line from Collier. Part of what makes her so good, she can battle inside and hit those outside shots.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So she gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
That was a critical trip for the Stripe. They have a 2-possession lead now.
Horston, covered by Collier. And now the Lynx fast break. Brown grabs the board. Now a timeout called by Seattle.
Well, this one, it's not over if they can get a quick score then foul.
Yeah, a few missed free throws and they're right back in it, but it has to happen fast.
Exactly, Brian. Have to do it real quick.
Pass to Horston. Here's Heidemann. Jacks up a 3. The shot comes out. So it's a narrow victory for the Lynx, pulling it out for the W. This one was up for grabs right until the dying seconds.
And you know, I think what stood out was they showed their character when it mattered, doing what had to be done to send these fans home happy.
And that's a wrap, everyone.